We are working with the Clarity team at Hololens, designing mixed reality interventions for the filmmaking industry. Our project was a bit different than most of the projects. We are not making a product or a single feature. We are doing experiments.
We first interviewed a lot of experts, directors of photography, storyboard artists, actors, just to define our scope.
So we decided to do like 3 experiments in HCI, seeing if using the HoloLens you can understand spatial context. If I'm on a CGI set, can I move around the space better? Does it help me respond better to CGI objects or characters?
And the area that we finally narrowed down in on is using it for sequential training, for fight sequences and dance sequences for actors. Because designing for mixed reality is so new, interactions haven't been defined yet. So the way we approached it was like running experiments to see how someone would interact with a hologram to begin with. If you have something like a hologram teaching you, how would that impact your learning?
It definitely wasn't like, designing experiences for mobile or for web. You're used to doing usability testing, like to see if what you've designed it works. But in our case, we were doing it the other way around because we already had the technology, and then we had to try and find a problem space that was appropriate for this piece of technology. But then we had this HoloLens and we were just like, we don't have time to prototype everything for this because that just costs too much time.
You need not make a digital prototype to test. You can test your concepts through different non-tech interventions as well.
So we came up with this thing, it's called body storming, or basically like through non-tech interventions, you try and convince people to imagine that it's actually working.
We just had a simple cardboard placed on your head, which kind of mimicked a HoloLens.
So for our virtual trainer, one of us pretended to be the hologram. This is the HoloLens, and I'll put this on and you're gonna see a virtual trainer, and they're just like, but this is not a real HoloLens, how am I gonna see anyone? And we're just like, you'll see something.
And we did that like in a day, right? The entire design and everything was done in a day, rather than spending weeks and weeks creating or coding that HoloLens app. So our team has 3 people. We thought we had different roles, but it did not turn out that way. So we all ended up doing all this stuff together.
All of us have pretty much the same amount of experience. So we kind of collaborated on a lot of parts of the design process.
All of us did research and even prototyping on Unity.
I'm not afraid to design for things I don't understand anymore. So it makes you really comfortable with ambiguity. Technology is always changing. So you kind of have to be in that constant, I need to learn a new software or a new skill. And I think this really helped me remember that.